next up I've got around PyCon. So, I mean, this
Weren't
year's
we
been a
supposed to
bit,
meet at weren't we supposed to meet at PyCon in Pittsburgh
yeah,
and share a beer, the three of us, and like
yeah.
no? Didn't
It,
happen?
it didn't happen. It was touch and go as well. Like I
It
remember
was
even a
actually.
few weeks before, whether or not I was going to happen. I mean, I think canceling it was definitely the right decision. Oh, no, it wasn't really cancelled. I mean, it was moved online, and that's what I wanted to talk about. Was with all the PyCons happening all around the world, like I've been looking at which ones have made the move to go online. I mean, I guess there's like pros and cons to this. I know some people miss out on meeting people and chatting to people on the hallway track, and like you're never going to replace that with an online conference. And I think set your expectations low when it comes to interaction with other people. Um, but the one big upside is that I think it makes the talks more accessible. So if I go to a big PyCon, I'd probably say I watch maybe like 10 talks over the PyCon, and there's probably like 100 that I could have watched if I just sat in the talk rooms. Um, but like that's not half the reason I'm there is not to watch the talks. Like I watch a lot of them afterwards. So I think what's been happening is quite a few PyCons have just cancelled altogether. PyCon Israel, Odessa in Ukraine, Euro SciPy Brazil, PyCon UK, PyCon Thailand, PyCon Spain, Dragon Pi, which is Slovenia, Pi Latam, PyCon DE, which is Germany, and PyCon CZ, which I assume is the Czech Republic. They've all been cancelled altogether. And then a number of PyCon conferences have said we're going to go online. And the cool thing about these is that um, anywhere in the world you can go and watch the talks. And I think something that's kind of happened as part of this is that some of the big PyCons like US and like EuroPy, they had like video crews to film the talks and like write all the subtitles and figure out how all the AV to get the sound nice and stuff like that. But other than the really big conferences, the smaller ones couldn't really figure that out. So some of them had the talks online, but like the quality was really not watchable. But a big change with moving all the talks online is that people are recording at home in lockdown, and the quality tends to be a lot better. Like you can hear what they're saying, and the audio is better, and so there's more focus on getting the online experience better. And as an added bonus, just as a Python enthusiast, even, or a PyCon enthusiast, you can just sit and watch PyCon talks from all over the world in your slippers, or in your UGG boots if you're in Australia. um, and it's great. Like beam it onto the TV using Google Chromecast, and you can just sit in your living room and watch like PyCon talks from. I was watching some from Japan, some from like some of the US conferences, some of the European conferences, and there's some really good talks that would have made great talks at the bigger conferences that are in the smaller regional ones. That are in there. So some of the ones that I found, which are online, PyCon US, obviously, the Python Web Conference, PlusCon SciPy, and PyHEP, which is High Energy Physics, I think, will be online. EuroPython will be online. PyCon Japan, they released a whole bunch of talks this week. PyCon AU will be online, and I've submitted a talk for that. Fingers crossed. PyCon Bolivia will be online. PyCon ZA, which is South Africa, will be online. PyCon APAC in Malaysia will be online. Hong Kong PyBay, which is in the US and California, and PyCon Africa will all be online. So there's at least, from what I could find, at least 15 PyCons around the world. So let's say each one has like 50 talks. That's like a lot of talks.
That is a ton of talks, and you can just drop into some of these places that you might have a really hard time visiting, like maybe Malaysia is far away or Africa is far away, but you would love to experience what the community's like there. Yeah, a lot,
Yeah,
a lot of great stuff.
yeah, exactly. And there are actually a few PyCons that, from what I can tell, are happening in person. So not every. I mean, around the world, I guess the lockdown situation is very different depending on the country. So PyCon Taiwan, PyCon Italia, and PyCon Russia, from what I can tell, are still happening. So yeah, I know the situation in Taiwan is much better. Italy, I think, is late in the year, so they're probably hoping that that's going to calm down. And Russia, I don't know what's going on there. But I picked out a few talks as well that I really liked from some of the regional conferences. Deceptive Security Using Python by Gajendra Deshpande. If Statements Are a Code Smell by Ali from Chippy. That was the PyCon US talk. Stop Using Mocks by Harry Percival. That's a great talk. This one is in Japanese and there are no subtitles, but if you speak Japanese, Network Analysis and Text PEP in Analysis, which is like an analysis of all the PEPs by Tomoko Furuki. Using Python to detect vulnerabilities and binaries by Terry Oda. That was a good talk. And Optimize Python and Django with Postgres Superpowers by Louise Granyonk, which was a PyCon US talk. So yeah, I made a little playlist of stuff that I really enjoyed from some of the regional conferences, and the links will be in the show notes.
Nice. Yeah, these are all great. Yeah, love it. And you talked about the smaller conferences not necessarily having the AV set up to put things online properly. All these talks that went online, they were made like digitally native, right? They were made first for this experience, right? They weren't like, oh, there's a camera way back there and we'll just zoom in and we'll try to show it, right? It was like yours, you had sort of an introduction. It was like the video we got here, you kicking back and talking, and then it would just focus in on the screen and whatnot. So a little bit different there.
Yeah, definitely. And you should definitely watch Brian's talk from PyCon US. I did watch your talk, Brian, and you should watch mine as well if you're interested, which is on Why is Python Slow? And Brian's was on it was on testing, wasn't it, Brian?
Parameterized testing.
Yeah.
Parameterized testing. That's a good talk.
And I was surprised to hear my name mentioned in Harry's talk, which is surprised. It was cool.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, very nice. And it's a bummer to not go to these conferences, but at the same time, there are a bunch of people who now can experience those presentations who otherwise wouldn't have been able to.
And this is a huge benefit.
And I'm really excited to see, like you said, there's conferences that either had bad video or, just couldn't afford a great AV crew, or just, or didn't, or some of the conferences will just do like the entire day video, and you have to pick it out, and that's more difficult.
4 hours and 17 minutes into it, like, oh, okay,
yeah,
that's discoverable.
So these I'm really excited to be able to see all these videos from all over. Although I won't be able to. I only speak English. So, how many languages do you speak, Anthony?
Oh, me. I'm learning Japanese, so I was watching the PyCon JP talk and catching every 10th word.
Okay.
And the slides definitely help. And I speak Pidgin French as well.
Okay. Yeah, I was impressed that you were watching the Japanese videos.
Yeah. That's how I discovered there's your Python testing with PyTest book in Japanese. It was like cool. It was on the slide, and I was like, it just said lots of stuff on the cover in Japanese, and then you just saw the word Brian Ocken, and I was like, oh, I know that guy.
Yeah, I got to try to get somebody that travels to Japan when things open up to pick up a copy for me.
Yeah, definitely.
See.
Yeah, that's cool. Also cool, speaking of your book, if people want to support the show, they could get your book.
Yeah, that would be great. Actually, I wanted to do something special. I was looking at the reviews online on Amazon, but I know there's reviews other places, but this was really kind of cool. I'm going to do an excerpt from Patrick Kennedy's review. This book provides a gentle introduction to what the PyTest framework is, how to use it, and how to develop tests using PyTest. I had never understood what fixtures in PyTest were prior to this book, but now they make complete sense to me. Excellent book, and I highly recommend it to anyone wanting to learn about PyTest. So thanks, Patrick. That's a cool review. And I went and looked at the numbers. There's thousands of people that have read the book. And I know many of the listeners have. So I would love to hear more reviews. So if you have a review somewhere, either on Amazon or Goodreads or somewhere else, let me know where the review is, and I'd love to hear what you think. That'd be cool.
Awesome. I think the timing for this will still work out, barely. Some of our courses are offered in the Humble Bundle right now. So there's a special Python Humble Bundle going on. This episode will be out in a week, so it should be wrapping up, but it should still be going if you listened soon enough. I think it ends July 22nd. So before then, if you want to get a whole bunch of Python goodies, including 3 courses from Talk Python, go there and check it out. And of course, check out all of our courses as well.
You get a lot for your value, even without the bundle. So
yeah, for sure.
Good.